Welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, August 8th in the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way. As always, it's Austin, joined by Logan. Today, all right, fine. We're not bringing out the special guest, but a certain 1-0 day, Logan. We certainly take that. Athletics ML didn't get much easier than that. They won 6-0, an easy winner. Didn't even have to sweat that out. Logan, let's continue things going. We have yet to have a losing day in August, knock on wood. Let's continue that on Friday. We have three picks. As always, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Do us a favor, go down below, hit that like button, help you twofold. Number two, hit that subscribe button. If we go 3-0 today, we'll do a $25 giveaway. Let's get it done. All you do is subscribe, hit that like button. Let's get into things. Our routine has been Logan leading things off, me, strikeout sheet. Logan, we're not switching that up. You're leading things off today. We need to know your favorite play of the day. Where are we going?
Yeah, this one's going to be a total, and I love this pick. It's going to be the Phillies and Rangers over 7.5, plus 100 odds on DraftKings is your best value. Now, I was looking at other lines on this. I like when I can get plus value on a total. I mean, it's nice to not have to lay any juice. I know in the past I've been a little bit conservative with the number. If this one ends on 7 and I should have took the push, well, it so be it. But I'll get the plus value for the 7.5. Both these two starting pitchers have been great this year. I really see value, though, in a total I think set just a little bit too low. Sometimes, you can look at a total and think maybe that should be closer to 8. And that, in my opinion, I think it should be closer to 8. I think getting, plus 100 on the 7.5 is a pretty good value. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. And I see runs in this game. Let's talk about who starts for the Rangers today. It's Merrill Kelly, 3.22 ERA, 1.04 WHIP. They got obviously Merrill Kelly in the trade deal, but he's going to be a pretty good piece in this Rangers rotation. He faced the Phillies as a member of the Diamondbacks. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. That was back in May. Facing Kelly a second time will benefit several of these Phillies hitters, and they will also be more prepared for his pitch mix. This is also a different lineup than what faced him back in May, because I looked through the box score of that lineup. They had Stott leading off, which should tell you a lot because they haven't had Stott leading off in a really hot minute. He's a way better hitter down in the bottom of the lineup where he currently is. Stevenson was playing center field. He hasn't sniffed the lineup in months. Bohm was terrible back then. He was batting where Stott normally bats, and Bohm couldn't hit anything back then. So, and Bohm's not even obviously in the lineup anymore. So you kind of see the shift of the Phillies lineup then versus now. I like the Phillies lineup really, it feels very powerful, especially when you have Kyle Schwarber hitting beach balls at the plate these days. It makes pitchers have to be really nervous because you got Turner leading off, you got Schwarber, and then you can't pitch around Schwarber because Harper's right behind him. So it's a very tough top of the lineup right now for the Phillies, and I think Merrill Kelly is going to struggle today. With runners in scoring position, Kelly's allowing a 269 batting average. I see regression coming for him as the season goes on still, because that's a kind of a high batting average there, and that increases to 282 with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Look, Merrill Kelly doesn't consistently get strikeouts. It's just not his game anymore. That start against the Phillies, he only had 2. If he comes out here and gets less than 3 strikeouts versus the Phillies today, they should put up 3+ earned runs on him, because that just means they're putting the ball in play. The Phillies are a good contact team, and they're good at getting timely hits. That's why I bring up those runners in scoring position stats. Generally, they have been good on the year. Now, could they be poverty for me tonight? They could, but I'm not putting that out in the universe. They're going to get those timely hits versus Merrill Kelly. They're crushing right-handed pitching this month, hitting 301 versus right-handed pitching in August. I just love this lineup right now. I think Merrill Kelly is not going to stand in their way. And then on the other side, it's going to be up to the Rangers to get some runs against Christopher Sanchez, who starts for the Phillies. 2.4 ERA, 1.08 WHIP. Now, Christopher Sanchez has just been, a lights-out pitcher for most of the season. It's hard to really find fault in his game. He's fresh off an 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs shutout against the Tigers on Sunday Night Baseball. Again, that one was at home. I just think by law of averages, he's kind of due a letdown. And I know that's going to sound crazy. Probably people aren't going to like that coming out of my mouth, but it's just a letdown for him could be 6 innings pitched, 2 or 3 earned runs. That could just be a letdown just based off of what he did last time out. He set the bar stupidly high. This Rangers lineup is not going to make life as easy as that Tigers lineup did. They were just whiffing at everything. And if you whiff at everything, you're going to go deep into the game, which is exactly what Sanchez did. On the road, Sanchez's batting average rises to a 241 batting average allowed compared to a 202 batting average allowed at home. I don't fade Christopher Sanchez at home. That's a bad idea. He's actually lights out there. On the road, he's had starts where he could give up some hits and runs. And that's what I'm banking on today, especially against a Rangers lineup that has seen left-handed pitching pretty well recently. The last 4 lefties to face the Rangers have allowed 4, 4, 4, and 2 runs, all failing to make it 6 innings. Look, the lefties aren't getting deep into these games. And Christopher Sanchez is a guy that's used to going deep into these games. Imagine if they just kind of run up his pitch count, put him into some uncomfortable innings where there's, bases loaded or just some very some jams. We'll see him pitch uncomfortably because he was not uncomfortable at all in that last start where he went 8 innings pitched. The Rangers are hitting 286 against lefties in August. To put another number on it, this lineup's been seeing lefties well. I think you'd be naive to just assume Christopher Sanchez is going to go in there and cook this Rangers lineup. I think they could even win on the money line. I'm not taking Rangers money line, but that is worth a look in my opinion. I think the over is the better play. Over the last 2 weeks, the Rangers are 11th in bullpen ERA. Phillies are 27th in bullpen ERA. Both these teams are capable of having bullpen meltdowns, which is what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. I think there will be run opportunities late. I think there will be run opportunities early as well. We just hope to get the timely hits once again. Overs have been good to us recently. Hopefully we can continue that trend today. Love this as my favorite pick. But Austin, what are you rolling with today?
Yeah, I have a first 5 team total. Not one we've done a whole lot, and not a team we've backed a whole lot, though. But we have been involved in some of their games. They haven't done a lot for us, but I'll back them today. It's Colorado Rockies. First 5 team total over 1.5. I know we're betting on the Rockies this in August. We're out of our mind, but I really think this is a good spot for their offense to show up. I looked at the full game over, but I don't have a lot of confidence, honestly, in the D-backs bats. I get it. They're going to face Austin Gomber, who, I mean, he's terrible, but I rather think the better play is to fade Zach Gallen here, who just has been a fadeable guy all season long. I don't care who he pitches against. He just has not been good, and he's not been looking in good form. And the Rockies actually have decent numbers against him. If they don't come through, I might never back the Rockies ever again this season. But again, like I said, they're facing Zach Gallen, who has been not great as of late. And on the season, a 5.5 ERA and a 1.36 whip. And what has been his kryptonite, he's given up a ton of homers, 23 home runs. In fact, a lot, actually more have come to righties, which I would say the Rockies lineup likely has more right-handed batters in there than lefties tonight, but he's still giving up a higher batting average to lefties, but more home runs to righties. I don't really know what the heck the guy's doing, but he's 14th percentile in both barrel percentage and hard hit percentage. So again, if a guy gets on base, we have the potential to just cash right there in one swing of the bat. I think the Rockies could get that done today. Gallen has pitched worse at home, a 6 ERA, 264 batting average allowed. And the Rockies, I get it. They're coming off a game they lost 20-1. Yeah, they had a day off. And while, yes, the Rockies are not going to compete for a playoff spot, we all know that. I think coming off a 20-1 loss, I would expect the offense to at least show up. I can't count on that pitching to save their lives, but I think the offense shows up today. And we've seen Gallen struggle in his starts against the Rockies, 2 of them on the road in Coors, but 1 at home. The last 3, 6, and 7 earned runs. This team has tattooed him. His last 4 starts in general, 6, 6, 4, and 2 earned runs. So again, this has been a guy that has not pitched well. And this is a Rockies lineup that in years past, a lot of these guys weren't on the team. This is a lot of youth movement coming in here. And the batters versus Gallen that are going to be in this lineup today, probably 70. They have 72 plate appearances, a 16% K rate, a 304 batting average, 322 expected batting average. On that game, they lost 20-1. The Rockies did not trot out a good lineup. Hunter Goodman, their catcher, who they like to give days off, had the day off. And you had Mickey Moniak, also had the day off in there as well. So again, those are 2 of their better batters. I mean, I don't know how many homers Moniak has in the season, but he's been red hot as of late. So again, a little bit more firepower in this offense. In the game, they scored only 1 against Kevin Gausman. You saw what they did to Jose Barrios the game before. That was with their better lineup in there. And as I said, sure, they're not facing they're not in Coors where they can inflate their stats, but you still look at the last 3 righties to face them. When it's been the road Rockies, you saw Dean Kramer give up 5 earned runs. Sugana pitched well. He only gave up 1. But Slade Ciccone, who's been pitching really well this year, gave up 3. So again, I really see a bunch of pathways to victory here. Either Gallen comes out and doesn't have it. Gallen comes out and still is pitching well, but gives up a walk. And then we have a 2-run homer. I just don't know if he's going to pitch well enough to hold them down to less than 1 or fewer earned runs in the first. And we also have the ability for some errors. If someone like Ketel Marte wants to field the ground ball and launch it above the first baseman's head, we'll take it. It's not going to count on Gallen, but we will certainly take stuff like that. So again, I know it's weird to trust the Rockies, but on a Friday, see the juice balls being out in Arizona, I really think that we'll see at least Zach Gallen give up 1 homer. So if it's a 2-run homer in the first 5 innings, I really like the Rockies to score 2 in the first 5. And then our third and final play of the day, per usual, will be our strikeout sheet. It's a half unit play. Like I said, twofold for hitting that like button. Number one, you could have potential to win $25 if we go 3-0. And number two, we're going to post the strikeout lay today in the pin comment if we hit 500 likes on this video. So run it up so I can get it out early to you early afternoon. More than 500 of you guys watch the video. Why not just hit that like button? It's free. Do it. Supports the channel, and we certainly would appreciate it. So again, that strikeout sheet will be our third play for a half unit. We didn't have one yesterday because of the short slate. So to recap the card, and we're getting out of here. We have the Phillies and Rangers over 7.5. The Rockies to score 2 or more in the first 5. I don't have a great pivot. I would lean towards maybe a first 5 over, a full game over, and then we have the strikeout sheet for a half unit. Those are the 3 plays. We might have more tomorrow, but again, game ones of series can sometimes be a little bit wonky. If we have to go 2-1 or 3-0 today, keep the line moving. You might see us up the picks a little bit more tomorrow. We'll figure that out later. Again, let's go 3-0. Have a great Friday and hit that like button. Let's win some money. We'll see you guys back tomorrow. Peace out.